It doesn't have a heartbeat. It doesn't have a voice. You can't see it in the mirror, but it runs through your entire body, quietly. And it might be the reason you're tired, inflamed, or constantly getting sick. It's called the lymphatic system, and chances are you've never thought about it. Until now, this system is everywhere. You have more lymphatic vessels than blood vessels, and they do something crucial. They collect waste, toxins, excess fluid, viruses, and dead cells, and send them to be filtered, destroyed, or recycled. Think of it as your body's detox highway, with security checkpoints called lymph nodes. It's not glamorous, but it's essential, because when the lymphatic system slows down, everything else gets backed up. Here's how it works. Blood flows out of your arteries into your tissues, bringing oxygen and nutrients, but not all of it returns via your veins. Some leaks into the spaces between cells. This becomes lymph, a clear fluid full of cellular debris, proteins, pathogens, even rogue cancer cells. That lymph gets picked up by microscopic lymphatic capillaries, which lead into larger vessels, which pass through lymph nodes like filtration checkpoints. Then, the clean fluid is returned to your bloodstream. All day, every day. But there's a catch. Your blood has a pump. The heart, your lymphatic system, does not. It only moves when you move. It relies on muscle contractions, breathing, and gravity shifts to flow. So what happens when you sit for hours? Slouch, breathe shallow, never sweat? It stagnates. And stagnation is where inflammation, infection, and chronic fatigue thrive. Your lymphatic system doesn't ring alarm bells. It whispers, in puffiness, in brain fog, in bloating that won't go away, in mystery aches, in immune breakdowns. And yet, most of us never hear it. We go to doctors, we get tests, we take pills, but we never ask, is my drainage system broken? Let's talk numbers. Do you have 500 to 700 lymph nodes? They're clustered in the neck, armpits, chest, abdomen, and groin. Inside them, tiny macrophages, T cells, and B cells, white blood cell warriors ready to destroy invaders. Lymph nodes trap and kill. But if lymph never gets there, the trash piles up. The soldiers wait for an enemy that never arrives. And it's not just about the nodes. Your spleen, the largest lymphatic organ, filters blood and recycles red cells. Your thymus trains T cells, your body's assassin squad. Your tonsils and Peyer's patches in your intestines protect your gut barrier. This is your immune infrastructure, and it can't protect you if it's clogged. Modern life is a disaster for lymph. Sitting too long, processed food, dehydration, shallow breathing, constant stress. They don't just affect your mood, they literally slow your internal plumbing. That's why symptoms like puffy face, swollen ankles, recurring colds, brain fog, skin breakouts, digestive trouble might all point to the same root cause: stagnant lymph. This system isn't broken, it's neglected, and your body can't detox if it can't drain. You don't need a cleanse. You don't need another supplement. You need to move, to sweat, to breathe, to flow. But how exactly do you jumpstart the lymphatic system? What movements help most? What therapies actually work? And which habits are silently killing your drainage? Your lymphatic system is your body's invisible detox engine. No heart, no fame, but vital to everything from your immune defense to your mental clarity. And when it stagnates, so do you. But here's the good news. You can fix it. Not with pills, not with expensive treatments, but with a few simple science-backed habits you can start right now. Let's start with the most important principle. Movement equals flow. Your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. It moves when you move. So here's where to begin. 1. Rebounding. Yes, jumping on a mini trampoline. It sounds weird. It looks ridiculous, but it works. Rebounding, jumping lightly on a mini trampoline, creates vertical compression and expansion in your tissues. That pressure acts like a pump for your lymph. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day has been shown to stimulate lymphatic return, improve circulation, and even aid in detoxification. NASA used it to train astronauts. Now, it's your secret weapon. No trampoline, jumping jacks, and skipping rope work too. 2. Dry brushing. Before you shower, take a natural bristle brush and gently stroke your skin in upward motions toward your heart. This stimulates superficial lymph vessels under the skin and encourages waste removal. Start at your feet. Move upward. Use light pressure. It's like giving your lymph a morning wake-up call. Bonus: it also exfoliates and boosts circulation. 3. Hydration, not just water, structured water. Lymph is 96% water. If you're dehydrated, your lymph gets thicker, slower, stickier. But here's the trick. Not all water absorbs equally. Try adding a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon to your water. This creates electrolyte-rich, structured water, better absorbed by cells. Aim for half your body weight in ounces each day. Add herbal teas like nettle, red clover, or dandelion root for extra lymphatic support. 4. Breathwork. Your diaphragm is a pump. Every time you take a deep breath, your diaphragm contracts and relaxes, massaging lymphatic vessels in your chest and abdomen. Most of us breathe shallow, high in the chest. That's like leaving your lymph in idle. Try this. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale through your mouth for 6. Repeat for 5 minutes. It stimulates lymph, calms the nervous system, and boosts oxygen delivery. Do it during breaks or while walking. 5. Contrast showers, hot, cold. This one's bold, but powerful. Alternating hot and cold water in the shower causes your blood vessels and lymph vessels to expand and contract. This acts like a natural pump, squeezing lymph through the system. Try 3 minutes hot, 30 seconds cold. Repeat 2 to 3 times. Always end on cold. You'll feel alert, awake, and more alive. 6. Lymphatic massage. Even self-massage works. This isn't a deep tissue massage. It's light, rhythmic, and targeted at areas where lymph collects. Focus on neck, underarms, inner thighs, abdomen. Use gentle circular strokes or pulsing motion. Move toward the heart. You can do this with your fingers or a massage tool. Even 5 minutes a day makes a difference. Some people feel clearer, lighter, almost instantly. None of these are magic tricks. They're ancient, biological, rooted in the wisdom of how your body is built to heal itself. The problem is, we've forgotten. We sit too long. We drink too little. We rush. We breathe fast. And we wonder why our body's defense systems break down. The truth is, your lymph doesn't need fixing. It needs freeing. But here's where it gets fascinating. When you reactivate your lymph, you don't just flush out toxins. You train your immune system. You reduce chronic inflammation. You support your brain. You restore clarity, vitality, and resilience. It doesn't get headlines. It doesn't trend. It doesn't scream when it's broken. But it's working, right now, silently, faithfully, protecting you. The lymphatic system is more than a drainage network. It's your body's intelligence system, a gatekeeper, a memory bank, a battlefield. And we're now going to show you why supporting this one system might be the best defense you'll ever build. Let's talk immunity. Inside every lymph node, there's an army waiting for orders. T cells, the assassins. B cells, the sharpshooters. Macrophages, the scouts and cleaners. They don't just float around randomly. They're trained, organized, and dispatched by your lymphatic system. This is how your body detects and destroys viruses, bacteria, mold, parasites, even cancer cells, every single day. Yes, cancer. Because here's the truth. You make mutated cells every day. That's normal. That's biology. But whether they grow or get eliminated depends on how well your immune system communicates. And that communication runs through your lymphatic network. If lymph is slow, blocked, or overwhelmed, mutations slip through, and chronic inflammation begins. We now know that inflammation is the root of most modern disease. Heart disease, autoimmune disorders, Alzheimer's, even depression. What's the common denominator? Immune dysfunction, poor cellular cleanup, toxic buildup. And where does that all converge? The lymph. Recent research even shows that the brain has its own lymphatic-like system, called the glymphatic system. It activates while you sleep, flushing out waste proteins and neurotoxins, including beta-amyloid, the sticky protein linked to Alzheimer's. So if your brain feels foggy, slow, or forgetful, it might not be stress. It might not be age. It might be that your drainage system is broken. Here's what we've learned. You don't just need blood flow. You need lymph flow. Detox doesn't happen in a bottle. It happens through motion, breath, and rhythm. Your immunity doesn't only depend on what you eat. It depends on what your body can eliminate. And your lymph is the lane between healing and inflammation, between resilience and breakdown. Think of the people around you who are always tired, always inflamed, always one step away from burnout. What if they're not broken? What if they're just clogged? Your body is brilliant. It was designed to self-heal, to scan, to sort, to signal, but only if you let it move, breathe, drain. That's what lymph is. It's not a side system. It's not woo. It's biology. It's function. It's survival. And the best part? You don't need a hospital to access it. You need a walk, a glass of water, a deep breath, a cold shower, a brush on the skin, little things, every day, that create flow. If this story opened your eyes, if you now feel what your body has been trying to tell you all along, subscribe to Master It Now, because we believe science doesn't have to be boring. Health doesn't have to be complicated. And your body isn't the enemy. It's the most advanced system in the known universe. And it's time you heard its voice. This was the hidden truth about the system designed to save you. The lymphatic system, the one we ignore until it's too late.